Hi everyone, I am Louise Labbe-Fahy. I am the CE Director here at East Woodstock Congregational Church. I know I am a few minutes early today. Usually I come on at noon, but it's such a gorgeous day. I want to be able to get outside, and I hope that you will also be able to do that. So anyway, I want to take a few minutes. Pastor Sue has these great books that she's been lending me, and she has lent me another one to read to you today. It is the story, Jesus is Risen. So wait till you see this book. Look at this. It's pop-up. So here we go. Oh, let me put my glasses on. It had been 3 days since Jesus died on a cross, and his friends were sad. They missed him. That morning, 2 women brought spices to the place where Jesus was buried, but the stone from the front of the tomb was rolled away. Inside, a man dressed in dazzling white cloths greeted them. Where was Jesus? Do not be afraid, the angel said. You are looking for Jesus, but he has risen and he is no longer here. The angel pointed to the place where Jesus had been laid. Look for yourselves, the angel said. Now go and tell the other disciples. The women were amazed by what the angel had told them. They ran as fast as they could to find the disciples. Suddenly, a man appeared. It was Jesus. Greetings, my friends, he said. Teacher! The women were amazed. Jesus was alive, standing in front of them. That must have been really a big shock for them. The disciples were hidden inside of a locked room, scared and uncertain. Jesus appeared among them and said, Peace be with you. At first, the disciples thought they were seeing a ghost, but Jesus assured them it was him. Come, touch my hands, hear my voice, see that it is your friend. Jesus appeared again as Peter and some of the disciples were out fishing. At first, they didn't recognize him, but as the other disciples were pulling up the heavy nets filled with fish, Peter realized that Jesus had jumped into the water. Once they were on shore, they all had breakfast together. Fish, of course. How many of you like fish? We do at our house. Jesus took the disciples to a mountaintop. He told them, Go and tell this story to everyone that you meet. Baptize them, teach them, and remember, I am always with you. Then Jesus rose up into the air and ascended into heaven. We're going to learn the rest of that story in a few weeks. Maybe about a month, give or take. A few days later, the disciples were all together. Suddenly, there came a rushing mighty wind. It filled the entire house. Little tongues of fire appeared over each person's head, and all the disciples, filled with the Holy Spirit, they began speaking filled with the Holy Spirit. They began speaking in different languages languages that they'd never spoken before, all of them talking about God together. Now they were ready to go out into the world to teach them the good news about Jesus. So, when Jesus rose up into the air, that is ascension, and we will be talking about that probably in another 5 or 6 weeks. It will be happening. But today we are focusing on Easter and the fact that Jesus had been buried on Friday, and that on yesterday it was kind of a quiet, somber day where we were all kind of quiet. And today is the day that Jesus rose from the dead. It is the day that we were so happy to see that Jesus was still alive, that he had done what he had said he was going to do. And so for us, that is such a blessing and an act of love from Jesus. So one of the things that sometimes we think about with Easter and the resurrection is butterflies. And so if you join me on Wednesday at 3 o'clock, we're going to make some butterflies. So I hope that you will be able to join me then. And until then, peace be with you. Happy Easter, everyone.